The things you cherish most in life are not things. They are moments.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us for a special announcement from Hosparus Health. I'm Joanne Berryman, board chair of the organization. I'm really excited to share what lies ahead for this nationally recognized provider of hospice and palliative care. Today, I am excited to announce People of Compassion, Hosparus Health's $24 million comprehensive campaign. Our many years of experiences tell us that we must continue to increase and enhance our services to meet the needs of today's ever-evolving landscape of healthcare for serious, chronic, and terminal illness. But we need your help to ensure that anyone in our service area has access to our quality, compassionate care for decades more to come. And now, I will turn it over to President and CEO, Phil Marshall.
Thank you so much, Joanne, for your leadership on our board of directors and your ongoing support of our organization. If you've been touched by Hosparus Health Services, I want to take a moment and say thank you. Thank you for allowing us the opportunity to know you and your loved one. Having been with the organization for 14 years, I'm humbled anytime we become part of a family that's caring for someone with serious illness. Throughout our history, Hosparus Health has been surrounded by people of compassion. It can take on so many forms. I see compassion when I witness one of our nurses at the bedside of a patient. I see compassion when I hear the phone calls that come from family members needing our help. I see compassion when we receive a donation from someone that has had a loved one experience our care. These people and this compassion are what drives our mission forward. As a not-for-profit organization started by volunteers, Hosparus Health has been providing compassionate care to patients and families facing serious illness wherever they call home since 1978. Our interdisciplinary care teams are recognized and respected nationwide for innovation and expertise in hospice and palliative care for the most complex health issues. We're changing the lives of the patients we serve by giving them more moments to cherish with their friends and families. As we come to the end of our 42nd year and are planning for 2021, I reflect on the tremendous growth we've experienced. In just the last few years, we've doubled the number of patients we serve each day. In 2019, we cared for 8,800 patients in our 41-county area, and anticipate that number will continue to grow exponentially in the next 5 to 10 years. And as we continue to serve even more people in our communities and look to the future, the need for more programming and patient services is greater than ever before. While hospice care has been the driving force in our organization, Hosparus Health is so much more than that. Our mission to improve quality of life has never been more relevant. We recognize the need to expand our services beyond traditional hospice care to include advanced illness care and management. Unlike hospice, advanced illness care can be provided at any age and any stage of serious or chronic illness, and care can also be provided along with curative treatments. We've always been focused on quality of life, and now we want to help patients live better for months or years rather than days or weeks. While many changes have taken place during the planning of this campaign, two things have remained constant: people and compassion. I would be remiss if I did not specifically thank an additional group of compassionate individuals, the Hosparus Health staff and volunteers. Throughout the pandemic, these folks have continued to see patients, putting aside their own concerns, so patients and families wouldn't have to face the end of life alone. Our physicians, nurses, CNAs, social workers, chaplains, everyone visiting the bedside, they are the true healthcare heroes. None of this would be possible without their tireless work. Having been raised by a nurse, I understand what an overwhelming and underappreciated career it can be. Whenever I meet someone who's utilized our services and they learn I work at Hosparus Health, gratitude for the exceptional care provided by our team is always given. Here's just one example of how Hosparus Health services have made an incredible impact.
My dad was Otto. I think that name perfectly sums him up. Big, sweet, loud, passionate. The best word I can describe my dad is passionate. Growing up, I always imagined my wedding would be, I pictured a beautiful white dress. I pictured my sister standing up there with me and my Prince Charming.
We didn't know Otto was ill. Sunday morning, he woke up and he said, I have to go to the emergency room. I feel awful.
It was stage 4 biliary tract cancer.
Otto's last wish was to see his younger daughter, Christy, get married.
As the diagnosis kept getting kind of worse and worse, we knew that we were going to have to work on this wedding. Basically, my family, my aunts, my uncles, my cousins, Christy's friends, they gave us all the pieces to the puzzle. Hosparus helped us organize all those pieces together and put them in place. One of my greatest dreams was that my dad could walk me down the aisle. My dad did not get to walk me down the aisle at St. Margaret Mary, but he got to walk me down a beautiful aisle, still an aisle, surrounded by family and friends with more love in any room that has ever been. It took him a lot of strength to be there in those dying moments, but he did it. They were the backbone, the coach, because he had given pep talks his whole life. He needed a pep talk, and Hosparus Health was there to make the play happen, make the game happen. It was game day. Another big moment that I'd always dreamed about, especially after helping plan Erica's wedding, was our first dance. I kind of put in Erica's ear the bug of what song. She's like, what song should we play? Dad doesn't like country music. Dad isn't, like lovey-dovey with the love songs or whatever. And I was like, Erica, Wild World by Cat Stevens. Dad loves Cat Stevens, and he loves that song, and he would always say, girls, I think he might have wrote this about a girlfriend, but it perfectly fits with you all. He's like, it's a wild world, and, I won't always be here for you, but I love you, and you're going to go out in the world, and you're going to smile, and you're going to make friends, and you're going to do God's work, and it's going to be okay. And so the fact that I got to dance with Daddy was a little bit of a, he was in the chair, but I got to be close to him, and he held my hand, and we all got to sing it together. It was a moment that I will cherish forever. Dad always said, in life, God gives you opportunities. And you got to find the doors, you got to look for them, to open those doors, to open those windows, whatever it is. And Hosparus Health, they are the people who look for those doors, look for those windows. What opportunities can they find to make this person, their last days, months, weeks, the best it can be? Which literally is what my dad always preached. How can you make others' lives the best it can be? Hosparus Health did that for my dad. It was remarkable.
The Canop story is incredibly touching and shows just how we can provide an added layer of support and care. To give us more detail about the People of Compassion campaign, I'd like to turn it over to Charlie Dahlem, president of Dahlem Realty Company, Hosparus board member, and chairman of this campaign.
Thank you, Phil, for that introduction, and good afternoon, everyone. This is an exciting time for Hosparus Health, and I'm pleased to help lead this important campaign. As a longtime supporter, board member, and someone who has utilized their services, Hosparus truly is a vital link to a person's healthcare journey. Whether that's 3 years or 3 weeks, Hosparus is here to provide you with the highest level of expert supportive care. Like most organizations, 2020 has been met with some unique hurdles, but it has also provided us with some incredible opportunities. With your continued support and investment in our services, we will be able to ensure Hosparus Health is well positioned not only to meet future challenges, but to exceed patient and family expectations. I want to spend a few moments talking about the People of Compassion campaign. This is a robust fundraising effort that supports many facets of the organization, and while we've been in our quiet phase for almost 4 years now, we've been fortunate enough to raise a significant amount of our goal, and we've already begun funding several projects. As we move into the last phase of the campaign, which begins today and runs through December 2021, our funding needs will focus on 5 of the following areas. 1, service enhancements and operational support. 2, Louisville expansion. 3, regional expansion. 4, community emotional support. 5, endowments and business development. I was an early donor to the People of Compassion campaign. While I recognize that what I gave is important to patients and families served by Hosparus Health, what I didn't expect was what I received in return. It's truly been special knowing that I'm helping to ensure our care is available for generations to come. It's encouraging to know that Hosparus Health can continue to provide care across our footprint and will be there again when I need them. I invite you to join me today in donating to the People of Compassion campaign.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Tawanda Owsley, Vice President of Development for Hosparus Health. I am in awe of the support this campaign has already had. Here's a quick breakdown of some of the funding opportunities. Disease management programs are the future of program service delivery and will allow us to provide disease-specific expertise, care, and resources needed so patients not only live longer while coping with these diseases, but live happier and more fulfilling lives. We have had great success with our Heart Connection program launched in 2019 for patients with advanced heart disease. Next year, we will launch a lung care program with a dementia program to follow in 2022. All these disease-specific programs require dedicated staff and program development. Since 2019, Hosparus has been working to create a hub for its Louisville services and staff, as well as for our pediatric program, Courageous Kids, and grief counseling. Our office building at 6200 Dutchman's Lane is the ideal location for this, and we are currently in the process of reimagining this space to become a true innovation center for the organization and community. We recognize that when caring for someone, it's about more than treating them, and that things outside of medical care can affect a person's quality of life. The People of Compassion campaign has allowed us to create a dedicated patient and family fund to help patients and families meet one-time emergency needs such as gas, groceries, bills, or urns for burial. The organization is putting the final touches on this program and expects to officially launch during the first quarter of 2021. The People of Compassion campaign has allowed us to create an integrated therapies fund which provides patients and families access to holistic services such as art and music therapies, massage therapy, and Reiki. The Employee Assistance Fund provides scholarships for employees looking to further their education. It also provides a safety net for those facing an unplanned financial crisis. This fund is designed to help employees get back on their feet when met with unforeseen challenges. Our campaign efforts have guided our plans for regional expansion throughout our 41 county service area in Kentucky and Indiana. We are making investments to expand services and geographic reach in Barren River and Central Kentucky. In Green River, we plan to expand our current office space by building a community center in Campbellsville, Kentucky, so we can increase our service offerings and provide care to more people. We are also investing in our Southern Indiana area. While we recently opened an office in Jasper, Indiana, the need to serve even more families in Indiana is a constant. As you can see, at the heart of each of these needs are people. Finally, I would like to touch on planned gifts. This really is the future of the organization and will provide sustainability for generations to come. Because the People of Compassion campaign is a comprehensive campaign, we are identifying and celebrating revocable and irrevocable deferred gifts. To date, supporters of Hosparus Health have notified us of more than $6 million in future intentions. All of this, of course, could not have been made possible without the generosity from many donors. And I would like to take a moment to recognize and thank those supporters.
public bank is committed to the community, and I can't think of a better way for us to show our commitment through our support with Hosparus. The work that they provide to families when they need it is just phenomenal. I think that we're called to try to make the lives of our fellow citizens better. And I can't think of an organization that does that better than Hosparus. And I think that I would encourage individuals and companies to support this organization, because everyone will be affected by the work that Hosparus does.
Announcing a comprehensive campaign of this size seems like a daunting challenge, but knowing that we have already met over 90% of goal is astounding. Absolutely, no donation is too small, and I know that with the help of people like you, this will be a successful campaign.
I'm Lori Tyra.
And I'm Denise Roby.
3.5 years ago, my father was diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer. We didn't know what to do or how to plan, so we contacted Hosparus, and they provided the comfort and care that we needed for such a sad and hard time as a family.
When I began volunteering for Hosparus, I did not have a personal connection, and within 6 months, my grandmother needed Hosparus care. And since then, several other family members have been Hosparus patients, and now they can't get rid of me. All the programs Charlie spoke about before, the Patient and Family Fund, the Employee Assistance Fund, the Technology Fund, and the Integrative Therapies Fund, those are all made possible by donations. Those are made possible by you.
We ask you to take a moment and donate to Hosparus Health. When you make a donation to Hosparus Health, you're helping people in your local community who need it the most. This includes care for children, adults, veterans, seniors, anyone with serious or life-limiting illnesses. Your donation means that Hosparus Health may even have the chance to care for you or your loved one when the time is right. To learn more about the People of Compassion Comprehensive Campaign, please visit hosparushealth.org/campaign or call 502-719-4117.
We hope you will consider joining us by making a donation to the People of Compassion campaign.